precision strikes, ground drones, and remote demolition. The 63rd Brigade's tactical dance. In the rugged theatre of war, where shadows merge with earth, a silent ballet unfolds. The 63rd Mechanized Brigade, stalwart defenders of Ukrainian soil, harness cutting-edge technology to tip the scales. Their instruments, ground drones and calculated destruction, their target, the Russian occupiers entrenched near the village of Thin. The ground drone, a mechanical phantom, inches forward. Its mission? To lay mines beneath the very nostrils of the enemy. With precision, it deposits its deadly cargo, silent sentinels waiting to erupt. The drone retreats, leaving no trace. Above, the stars bear witness. Now, the fighters take center stage. Remotely, they trigger the mines. The earth trembles as Russian trenches disintegrate. The explosion, a crescendo of defiance, echoes across no man's land. The Tiemka, once formidable, now lies shattered. The enemy's plan disrupted. But this is more than destruction. It is strategy. The 63rd Brigade orchestrates chaos with finesse. Their ground drones, like vengeful spirits, sow fear. Their remote detonations, surgical and swift, rewrite the script of battle. The village of Thin, scarred yet resolute, stands witness. The 63rd Brigade readies for the next act. Their ground drones, tireless and unseen, will weave more surprises. The enemy, caught off guard, will learn that victory demands more than brute force. It requires cunning, innovation, and the courage to dance on the edge of destruction. Precision strikes, FPV drones and brimstone missiles. The 8th Separate Regiment's covert battle dance. In the shadowed valleys of the Ukrainian landscape, where the echoes of conflict reverberate through ancient forests, a clandestine ballet unfolds. The 8th Separate Regiment of the Special Operations Forces, SSO, an elite cadre of warriors, wields cutting-edge technology to tip the scales of war. The FPV, first-person view, drones, sleek and nimble, soar like vengeful falcons. Their operators, perched in hidden command posts, manipulate joysticks with the precision of surgeons. These remote aviators are not mere pilots, they are choreographers of destruction. Their mission, to scout, to surveil, and to strike. The FPV drone, its lens capturing every detail, hovers above a convoy of tank transporters. Its digital eyes dissect the armor, analyze weak points, and relay intelligence to the regiment's nerve center. The operators, hearts racing, await the signal, the moment when the dance begins. But this is more than destruction, it is artistry. The FPV drones and brimstone missiles dance a deadly pas de deux. Their choreography, rehearsed in secret, unfolds with grace and brutality. The tank transporters crumble, the BMPs vanish, and the enemy soldiers, once defiant, become mere echoes in the wind. Ukrainian military commander releases video of enemy destruction. The commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian armed forces has published a video showcasing a pivotal moment in which the Ukrainian military successfully neutralized the enemy. The footage captures the precise execution of operations aimed at destroying hostile forces. Fire and fury, the Battle of Village Thin. When missiles dance and javelins strike, in the heart of the Ukrainian conflict, where the landscape bears the scars of war, a dramatic showdown unfolds. The 25th OPD Bar and the 68th OEBR, battle-hardened and resolute, face off against a formidable adversary, the Russian Armored Column. Their theatre, the once peaceful village of Thin, now a crucible of destruction. The first missile streaks through the void, guided by unseen hands. It finds its mark, a lumbering tank transporter. The explosion is a symphony of fire and metal, rending the vehicle apart. The second missile follows suit, seeking out a BMP, turning it into twisted wreckage. And the third, the third, descends upon a cluster of enemy soldiers. Their defiance crumbles as the earth trembles. Enter the Javelin fighters, guardians of liberty. Clad in darkness, they move with purpose. Their eyes lock onto targets, the Russian armored beasts that threaten thin. Each fighter carries the weight of a nation, the memory of fallen comrades. Their mission, to halt the enemy's advance, to protect hearth and home. But let us rewind. The Russian armored column, once a juggernaut, had ambitions. Its master plan, to seize Thin, to choke Kiev, yet fate conspired against them. The 25th OPDBA and the 68th OEBRA, like avenging angels, stood firm. They knew the terrain, the pulse of battle. They turned the enemy's strength into weakness, their firepower into folly. Apache Unit's Tactical Gambit. When precision meets deception. In the theater of war, where shadows blend with purpose, a high-stakes game unfolds. The FPV operators of the Apache unit, masters of stealth and cunning, orchestrate a daring ruse. Their objective? To disrupt the enemy's plans, one calculated move at a time. The FPV operators, hidden in the digital ether, select their target, an unsuspecting orc, a cog in the enemy's machinery. Swiftly, they strike. The orc's defenses crumble, its circuits flicker into oblivion. Enter the evacuation group, shadows converging. They sweep up the fallen orc, dragging it into the safety of a dugout. Their mission? To extract intelligence, to unravel the enemy's web. Little do they know, the real game has just begun. Now, behold the twist. The pilots, perched in their Apache helicopters, unleash their secret weapon, a barrage of flares. The night sky ignites. The dugout becomes a steam room of chaos. The enemy, disoriented, scrambles for cover. Their plans disrupted, their confidence shattered. But this is more than tactics. It's artistry. The FPV operators, the evacuation team, the Apache pilots, they dance on the edge of danger. Their choreography, rehearsed in ones and zeros, unfolds with precision. The orc, once a pawn, now a conduit of information. The dugout, once a refuge, now a crucible of confusion. Explosive action. Artillery strikes by the 14th Chervona Kalina Brigade, turning the tide against the occupiers. In the heart of conflict, where smoke and steel intertwine, the artillerymen of the 14th Operational Purpose Brigade, BROP, known as the Chervona Kalina Brigade, unleash their fury. Their mission? To reclaim Ukrainian soil from the grasp of invaders. The Chervona Kalina Brigade locks onto their target, a landing zone swarming with enemy forces. These forces, derogatorily referred to as Katsaps, have overstayed their welcome. The artillerymen load their cannons, their eyes steely with determination. The first shell screams through the air, finding its mark. The landing zone erupts in flames. The second shell follows suit, obliterating any hope of escape. And the third, turns the enemy's refuge into a hellish inferno. But this is more than destruction, it's defiance. The Chervona Kalina Brigade etches their legacy in smoke and thunder. Their cannons roar, echoing across the land. The Katsaps, once confident, now flee in disarray. And so, the 14th BROPI dances with destiny, a symphony of courage, sacrifice, and retribution. Their motto rings true. The enemy smolders where the viburnum turns red. May their valor light the path to liberation.